friends, I'm Greg Merriweather here on this Monday. Boy, this is a first. A Livingston Parish councilman hired a private investigator to see if they could look up porn on the parish library computers, testing the system. Our Lester Dewey spoke with that councilman and has the latest twist in what has become the Livingston Library drama. Lester.
Greg, that Councilman Gary Talbert says he wanted to find out if the computers were as safe for children to use as advertised. So he hired that private investigator with his own money and says he found out they were not. This is a small clip of nearly an hour's worth of body camera footage showing a private investigator looking to see if children can somehow access porn sites on computers at Livingston Parish public libraries.
How safe are the computers? What is going on? There were parents that had talked about their kids accessing porn, at the library. Let's figure out how they're doing it if we supposedly have it blocked.
Parish Councilman Gary Talbert says he hired the company back in January to give an independent evaluation on how well the library's computers block certain explicit sites.
I paid with my personal money, not campaign money, my money.
He says the private investigator found the technology was doing the bare minimum to block access to porn through third-party sites.
We broke library rules by proving that pornography was accessible to kids.
Talbert brought this up at the parish council meeting last week in front of some library officials, who in a letter posted to Facebook confirmed while the library's content filtering system blocked the initial attempts by the private investigator, he was able to find a back door to break through the library's firewall and view inappropriate content.
I guess what brought it to a head is that the Attorney General had just issued a report. It's not my desire to ban books. It's not his desire to ban books, but we're not interested in having this material readily available without parental consent.
Meanwhile, library officials say that they use a top-tier content filtering system to make sure that kids are not able to access that type of material, but they realize that no system is completely perfect. In a statement to WAFB, Library Director Giovanni Tarot says the library never has and never will allow access to pornographic materials online, nor do we have pornographic materials in our collection. Deliberate circumvention of the content filtering system will always result in a ban from the library.
Watson not as woke as New York City. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact.
Talbert says children these days are too savvy when it comes to technology and is hopeful for a little more restrictions on third-party sites.
I'm not their parent, so I can't look at what they get on their phones. I am a parish councilman, and the library falls under our jurisdiction, and so at that point, I feel like I can reach out, make sure that we're doing all we can do to make the environment safe for our children to go into.
We have a copy of that letter by library officials and a full statement from the director waiting for you right now on our 9 News app. Greg?
Very interesting, Lester. Thank you. So let's keep it in Livingston Parish, where a new audit shows that the Livingston Parish School Board lost more than $2 million last year to scammers. The superintendent, Joe Murphy, admits they did get duped. Fraudsters tricked them into thinking they were paying contractors working on the school buildings. They lost more than $2 million, but they have gotten almost all of it back. We're told an insurance claim has been filed to try and get the remaining $300,000 back in their bank. The custodian